Attention! The following video may contain fun, humor, profanity, personal opinions, political incorrectness, and so on. If you are under the age of 18 or are easily offended by something as simple as gendered words, then I suggest you turn this video off and watch something more suited to you. Something like Sesame Street. Don't say I didn't warn you.
How dare you!
G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Out here at the flying field today, going to do a bit of flying. In a bit of a lazy mood today though. Today I just decided to bring some electric models with me. I've got my two Goblin helicopters and a small Curtis Jenny. Yeah, bit of a lazy mood, couldn't be bothered getting fuel ready and things like that. And just felt like a bit of a plug and play day. And weather's looking real good today, hardly any wind, although the wind is supposed to come up later on this afternoon. So I'm out here early morning, it's about probably just going on 8:30, so should be a good day for some flying. Alrighty, gonna give my little Curtis Jenny a flight. Make sure I've got it on the right model memory. Yes, I want to transmit frequency. Interesting story with this model. I actually won it in a raffle a number of years ago, and it was actually here at my local flying club, and it was during a a scale rally event. And there we go, all good. Yeah, I won it in I can't remember if it was a raffle or a lucky door prize. And I kind of just assembled it as a bare airframe and hung it on my wall, just as something to look at, because I wasn't really into electric stuff. And yeah, I decided, well, during one of our lockdowns, I decided, oh well, might as well get some electronics for it and see how it flies. And I'll be perfectly honest guys, it is not the easiest model to fly, and it's better to fly it on a day like this. As you can see, we've got basically no wind. Someone's just put some lead weight in the windsock there. A bit of an ongoing joke at our aircraft club. Yeah, she ain't exactly the easiest model to fly. You really have to fly it. And yeah, see, up, down, left, right, and you're probably noticing the prop is spinning the opposite direction. I accidentally brought a pusher prop by mistake, so I just reverse the wires on the motor and have the prop spinning the opposite direction, which makes it interesting on takeoff. Like I said, it's not the easiest model to fly. I mean, I'm guessing it flies like a typical World War I biplane. But on a day like this, it's actually not too bad. You do have to use your rudder more though. It's definitely a model I would not do aerobatics with. And like some of the inputs you're watching here aren't actually from me, it's just the wind pushing it around, the light breeze we've got. I mean, that's me there. But sometimes it'll just start turning because it's just trying to follow the wind or the heading of the wind. It is a quite a handful of a model. And see, it just goes straight into the wind. I mean, if this was meant to fly scale, then I take my hats off to those World War I pilots. Well, shite. So much for that, guys. Well, guys, that was very fortunate. The long grass here seemed to have saved it. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Well, I mean, like I was saying, it is not an easy model to fly. Now we make the long trip back to the pit area. Hopefully Joe Blake doesn't come out and get me. And if you're wondering what I mean, Joe Blake is English rhyming slang for snake. And Australia is pretty much well known for its snakes. Well, had a quick look at the model. I mean, apart from the landing gear, which has just popped out, doesn't seem to be any damage. The like I said, that long grass definitely absorbed the impact, which is good. So I might give that, the breeze is actually starting to come up now, so like I said, it's not the easiest model to fly, especially if there's a bit of a wind. So I might give this a miss now, and we'll move on to the helis. Give the Goblin buddy a go. Let's wait for it to do its thing. Alright. Always check your controls before you do a flight. Make sure there's nothing binding. This is a nice model to fly. It's a 380 size for those playing at home. It's just one of those, it's a nice model to fly. Okay. Yeah, that's all working. Alright, sweet. Yeah, where did I put my... There it is. Just got to look for my extra leg. Hopefully that wind will let up a little bit, although this isn't too bad. I think I might just go over here. As I've said before, I don't do 3D flight. mean, I'm not a brilliant helicopter pilot. I'm still fairly green, I guess you could say. Been doing it a little while, but okay.
Normal mode.
Alright, let's see how we go. I have to admit, with a bit of wind, even with a little bit of wind, this is actually quite a stable model. I mean, that's my hand off the sticks. The wind's pushing it a little bit, but like I said, I'm not a 3D pilot. I just fly around and enjoy it. And I'll be honest too, guys, I mean, my brain doesn't think fast enough to do these sorts of inverted flight and stuff, and quite frankly, I know my limits. I mean, I do admit it does come down to practice and so forth. But I don't get a lot of time to fly. It's a little bit gusty at the moment. You can see a bit of a tail wag. Oh, there's a tree there. I want to chop that and wreck the blades. I watch some of these guys like Carl Stacey and Tarek Al-Sadi. You watch them fly and you think, how the hell do they manage this? Like, I'll be honest, like, I'm fairly relaxed at the moment flying this around just as it is, but I start getting anxiety thinking of, crikey, you know, doing inverted flight and TikToks and all that sort of stuff. The funny thing is, I can do mild aerobatics with my model aircraft, like airplanes and stuff, but helicopters are a completely different animal. Getting close to flight time end. Yeah. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that flight, guys. Let's give this little fireball a go. Is that on hold mode? Yes. This will be the first time in a while since I've flown it. I was practicing some inverted flight and had a gust of wind come up, and it threw it out of control. So I will be taking it careful. I did give it a flight in the backyard just to make sure everything was fine, and everything seems to be in order. But as you can see, it is a very small model. It's actually something nice to fly in the backyard. This was actually a little project build during one of our many lockdowns, and I used it to practice in my backyard my flying, because I built that Synergy N5C that you may have seen in another video, and I wasn't very confident in flying it, I mean, given its expense. So I bought this, a little project, something to practice flying in the backyard, and yeah, I mean, I might just do a short flight with this. Like I said, the wind is coming up, although it seems to have died off for now. Okay.
Normal mode.
Let's give it a little flight. My head speed seems a little bit slow at the moment for it. only going nice and steady because of the wind. I must admit it isn't flying how it used to after that crash, because it was a fairly high altitude that it fell. One thing I don't like about this model is that because it's a direct drive motor, there's no one-way bearing in it, unlike some of the OMP models that use a similar direct drive system, but they have a one-way bearing. So this, if you come into an issue, say for instance your motor cuts out for whatever reason, you cannot do an auto rotation. It basically just brings the blades to a screaming halt, and I don't really like that. It is a little bit windy for it today, I must admit. Yes, it definitely does not like that wind. Sometimes it's even better to fly a little bit higher so you don't get that prop wash or blade wash out, however you want to put it. But this one, even though it's quite easy to fly, so to speak, it's not as stable as the Buddy. But then again, this wind is not helping at all. Like I said, I'm not the most proficient helicopter pilot. It is a little bit more nimble than the other Goblin I have, but just see the winds pushing it around a fair bit. Well, we're getting close to flight finish. You see that? As you saw how quickly the blade stopped, hence what I mean you cannot do an auto rotation with this model, which in an emergency situation, if the motor cut out, you're up a particular creek without a paddle. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that flight. As simple as it was just
Hold mode.
just a simple flight. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Wind has come up a bit and it's just making it a little bit difficult to fly these models. The Goblin Buddy wasn't too bad, however my little Goblin Fireball and my little Curtis Jenny down there, they don't like the wind very much, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately call it quits for the day. If I had bigger models, it wouldn't worry me too much, but it's definitely going to be a pain in the butt to try and fly them in this wind. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like if you like. If not, no biggie. Till then, enjoy your hobby, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Cheers.